Hi everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining me today for our 20-minute Vinyasa yoga flow called Impact Zone. This flow has been inspired from the surfing analogy of when you're caught in the impact zone and you're taking a little bit of a pounding from those waves. Through this flow, we're going to work on building some strength throughout the body, and you can expect to have a little bit of a core burn and maybe work up a sweat. If you're coming with me and playing the playlist, we're going to click play in 3, 2, 1, and then come and find ourselves in a seated position in the middle of our mat, seated cross-legged. And just close down the eyes and start to notice your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And all together we're going to take a couple of clearing breaths through the mouth. So inhaling deeply through our mouths down into our belly. And letting it all go, maybe having a bit of a smile. And one more of those, inhaling deeply. And letting it go. And we're going to move into our Kalabati breath, our breath of fire. This breath can look a little bit like a dog panting. And it's in the name, breath of fire. We're working here to try and build some heat in the body and energize us for our flow ahead. So through this breath work, we're going to have a passive inhale and an active exhale, and it can help maybe placing one hand on the belly. We're going to go through 2 rounds of this, and I will guide us. The breath looks a little bit like this, just so you're aware of it before we go into it. And the key thing to remember here is you want your body to remain passive, relaxed, and you're really engaging through the abdominals. The pace of the breath doesn't really matter, so if you're newer to this breath, I'd recommend maybe going a little bit slower, and if you're more experienced, you can play with speeding it up to intensify the sensations and feelings. So all together, we're going to take a deep inhale halfway through our nose, and then we're going to start the breath. And then inhale deeply through your nose, filling up the belly and the chest, and then hold that breath at the top, breath retention. If at any point this feels uncomfortable, let the breath go, but if not, try and hold it. And then all together, exhale it out. Take a moment to notice any sensations, any feelings flowing around the body. Inhaling in and out through the nose. There is the opportunity at the start of our practice to set an intention for today's flow. This could be one word or thing that you want to send your energy towards. My offering, which is inspired by the theme of the flow, is the intention of determination. Taking a deep inhale to let whatever intention you set land. And on your exhale, we're going to roll over those knees and we're going to come to an all fours position on the mat. Moving through some cat-cow, so inhale, lower the belly, shine the chest forward. Exhale, push through the hands, really curling through the spine into your cat pose. Inhale, coming forwards into your cow. And exhale, push it back into your cat. Taking those hands out to the top of the mat, we're going to lower the chest down to the mat, So I like to take my hands as wide as the mat, give my shoulders a little bit more space, and then we're going to lower the forehead or the chin down to the mat in our Anahatasana, our puppy pose. Breathing in and out through the nose. Really melting into this posture. And on your next inhale, push back up to our all fours. In our all fours position, we're just going to warm up into our wrists, so rock and roll back and forwards, sending some blood through those wrists. Tucking the toes, we're going to lift those knees an inch off the mat, coming into our hovering tabletop, really pushing down through those hands, lifting the belly towards the spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lifting those hips up to the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog of the practice, really spreading out through those hands and feet, lifting those hips up to the sky, maybe walking out your dog, bending one knee and then the other. And then coming to a place of stillness. From our down dog, on our inhale, we're going to come to our tiptoes, and we're going to roll forwards into our high plank. On the exhale, we're going to bend those knees and take the hips back up to the sky. 2 more of these. Inhale, come forward into our high plank. Exhale, take the bottom back to the sky, hips up, downward facing. 1 more. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, back into your downward facing. From here, we're going to look towards the top of the mat, and we're going to tiptoe to the top of the mat. Exhaling into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Letting the top half of the body hang heavy here. On the inhale, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae until we come to a standing position at the top of our mat. Moving through our sun salutations. On the inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Ardha Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step the right foot and then the left foot back into your high plank. Either with the legs lifted or the knees down on the ground. Lower the chest down, moving through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Where we'll be for 3 rounds of breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And your 3rd round of breath, inhale and exhale. On the inhale, we're going to come up to our tiptoes and we're going to step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold it down. Inhale, rolling up that spine, take those hands up to the sky, Ardha Hastasana. And exhale, bring those hands into your heart center. Inhale, hands go up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat, step your left foot and then your right foot back this time into your high plank. From here, we push back into our downward facing dog. From our down dog, our right leg rises up to the sky in our 3-legged dog. Inhale here. On the exhale, tuck that knee in towards the chest, bringing those shoulders over the wrists. You can stay here, or you can take 3 pulses of that knee
up into the chest. 2, 3. And then take it back to the sky. Inhale, take that left knee to the left elbow. You can keep it here, or you can pulse it up to the shoulder. For 3. And then take it back to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, take the left knee across to the right knee across the left elbow. And again, you can keep it there, or you can pulse. Really building some heat in that core. Back to our 3-legged dog. And then we step the right foot through to the top of the mat. We're coming into our warrior 2. Try not to be invaded by a mosquito net. So really bending into our front foot here, our right knee, pushing into the back edge of the back foot, letting your drishti, your gaze, go over those front fingertips. On our inhale, we're going to flip the palm and we're going to reverse our warrior. Trying to keep that solid base through the legs, shining the chest up to the sky, breathing into that right side body. Inhale, coming back through your warrior 2. We're going to straighten that front leg, and then we're going to come down into our trikonasana. So right hand goes inside the right leg on the calf, the ankle. If you have a block, it can be really nice to put it on there. And then you take your left hand up to the sky and let your gaze, your drishti, follow that left hand, opening up across the chest. Remembering to breathe deeply here. Breathing into any places of sensation. And then on your next exhale, we'll take our left hand down to the mat. We'll step back and move through a vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Coming back to the rhythm of your breath. Taking any movements you need here, or maybe finding stillness. As we prepare for the left-hand side. So on your inhale, your left foot's going to rise up to the sky. Exhale, left knee comes in towards the chest. And maybe playing with those pulses. Inhale, take that foot back up to the sky. On the exhale, your left knee is coming to your left elbow. And then you might want to play with those pulses up to the left shoulder. Inhale, take the left foot back up to the sky. And on the exhale, your left knee is coming to your right elbow. And then again, you may wish to hold or pulse it here. Inhale, left foot back up to the sky. Well done, everyone. That was really tough. And then step the left foot towards the top of the mat, coming in to our warrior 2 on the left-hand side. Don't know about you, but I've definitely building some heat in the body here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into that front leg, front knee, whilst maintaining that solid point of contact through the outer edge of the back foot. I always like to have a little look at my backhand and just make sure it hasn't gone for a wander. On your inhale, we're going to flip that front palm, reversing the warrior. Breathing into the left side body this time. Inhale, coming back through warrior 2. Straightening that front foot. And then we're coming through our trikonasana, our triangle pose. Taking both hands down to the mat, stepping the left foot back, moving through your vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, I'm going to roll forwards back into our high plank. You may wish to stay here, or we can add 5 push-ups. Lowering down and up. And you may wish to lower the knees here, so you can do assisted push-ups, or have the knees raised. 3 more. 2. And on this final one, we're all going to lower down onto our bellies and take our hands out in front of us in a number 11 shape, coming into our Sphinx pose. So really pushing down through the tips of our feet. We're going to try and engage those legs, so maybe when the legs engage, your knees might come off the ground. Your arms in the number 11 shape, pulling the elbows back towards you, shining your chest up towards the sky. On our next exhale, we're going to lower down to the mat, maybe placing your forehead on your hands, wiggling the hips from left to right, right to left. And then we're going to place our hands underneath our shoulders, tucking the toes. Try not to get caught in this net. We're going to push back up through our high plank into our downward facing dog. And from our downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, come into those tiptoes, and we're going to hop to the top of the mat, and we're going to come down onto our bottom, moving through our Navasana, our boat pose. So knees tucked in towards each other, feet together, really engaging through that core, lifting up through the back body. Arms spread out wide. Maybe having a little smile on the face here. The hard work is nearly done. One more inhale. And on our exhale, we're slowly going to lower down to our low boat and then lie down on the mat, tucking those feet in so the heels are flat on the floor, maybe taking your fingers to tickle your heels. We're coming through our bridge pose, so pushing down through the hands, through the feet, lifting that spine off the ground, shooting the hips up to the sky, really pushing down through the heels of the feet, through the shoulders. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhaling for 2. Exhaling. And one more inhale. And on the exhale, lowering those hips down to the ground, maybe windscreen wiping those legs from left to right and right to left. Coming through our second round of bridge. If wheels in your practice, you can go there. Or if you're coming with me, this time we're going to take our hands up over our heads on the inhale. So our hands lie flat on the mat, lifting those hips up to the sky. Imagining as though you have a beach ball between your legs and drawing those knees towards each other. 2 more rounds of breath here. And on your second exhale, lower the hips down and bring the arms back down by your side. Again, wiggling from left to right, right to left. Going to take our eye of the needle on the right hand side, so our right ankle comes to our left knee and our hands interlace between our left thigh. You may wish to stay with the back flat on the ground, or you may wish to lift the shoulders and the head off the ground. Releasing this posture, switching legs, so left ankle comes to right knee, hands behind the right thigh. Again, you may wish to stay with those shoulders on the mat, or you may wish to lift up, flexing through both feet. And then letting go of the posture. From here, we're going to rock and roll up the back body until we find a seated position at the top of our mat where we started 20 minutes ago. Closing down the eyes. Taking one deep inhale. And exhaling it out through the mouth. Coming back to that intention if you set one. My offering was the intention of determination. Just noticing how the body feels now compared to 20 minutes ago. That was a fairly dynamic flow. It was meant to be dynamic, it was meant to be tough, it was meant to build some strength, heat, and maybe even a little bit of sweat on the body. Inhaling, taking your hands up to the sky, and on your exhale, bring your hands into your heart center in gratitude for yourself for taking the time to come to the mat today, and in gratitude to everyone else who may be practicing this flow, maybe now at the same time as you, or maybe at a different time. Taking your hands up to your third eye center, your place of intuition and wisdom between the eyebrows. Inhale here. And exhale, we'll fold forward, bowing down to the earth. Jai Ma, thank you, earth. Inhale, rising back up. And coming back to the room. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the flow. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the video below or message me. Bye for now.